We are in the third grade Your Turn practice book. We're going to work on pages 31 and 37 today for vocabulary. These are the vocabulary words in this word box. I'm going to use a word from the box to answer each question, then use the word in a sentence. What is another word for a careful search for something? So if you're searching for something, you are going to design, substitute, simply, quality, investigation, examine, encourage, or solution. So I think it's either examine or investigation. I'm going to keep reading and see if I can figure out something else that would help me. How might you describe a product that is well made? So something that's very well made is made high quality. So I'd say quality. And when something is well made, it's something I want to buy. So I'm going to say, I bought high quality food for my family. What word might describe an answer to a problem? So when you're trying to figure out a problem, there's a problem, and the opposite of a problem is a solution. So the answer to a problem is a solution. The solution to the problem was easy. What would you be doing if you were to create a plan? When you are creating a plan, you are designing. My design or my plan for my dream home was fabulous. When you inspect something closely, what do you do? I know if I'm inspecting something, I'm looking very closely at it, that's called examine. So I already figured out that that is not the careful search for something, but I still want to see if investigation is. So inspect means to examine. So the eye doctor examines my eyes every year. I could also say the optometrist, but I just wrote the eye doctor. Or the dentist examines my teeth every year, twice a year. What is another word for given hope to do something? So when you're given hope to do something, you feel encouraged, or you have a lot of courage to do something. So encouraged. So my brother was encouraged when he talked to a friend. So a lot of times friends will give you hope for new things. What do you call things that take the place of other things? So like say your teacher's absent, the person that takes the place is called a substitute. So substitute, I'm going to put that here. Substitutes. So some substitute. I use applesauce for oil in recipes. Sometimes you can add applesauce instead of oil, you substitute it. So you take the place of the applesauce. Instead of adding oil, I'll put applesauce. What's another word for easy? A word for easy would be simple. I like when the puzzles are simple. So now I'm going to go back to this very top. And what is another word for a careful search for something? And I've figured out that is investigation. So I'm going to put investigation. And now I'm going to say, why was the investigation taking so long? That's a question. Now let's go to page 37. We're going to work on a vocabulary strategy of metaphors. Metaphors, right here. Read each sentence from the passage and then write two things that are being compared in the metaphor on the lines. So a metaphor is when you're comparing two things. Victor's mind was a motor that never turned off. So we're talking about the subject is Victor's mind, and they're comparing it to a motor. So then write what two things are being compared. Mind to a motor. And if you think about that, that means his mind was running and running and running like a motor runs. Making new things from new idea was the blood in his veins. Making new things from new ideas was the blood in his veins. So making new things was like blood. Making and the blood in his veins. New things, new ideas. So new things and ideas are compared to blood. What they're saying with this is if you're comparing something to blood in his veins, is that making things is just like living for him. It was in his veins. Victor was a spinning top. So we're comparing Victor to a spinning top. So we are comparing Victor to a spinning top. Kind of like the mind was a motor, it kept running and running. Victor, being a spinning top, means he kept spinning and spinning. Maybe not really spinning, like his body might not have been spinning, but he felt like a spinning top. Reread the passage. Use what you've learned to write two metaphors based on the life of Victor Ochoa. So you're going to read the story about Victor Ochoa again, and then you're going to write two metaphors. So you could say Victor's life was like something, or Victor was like something. We're going to compare him, or we're going to compare his life to something.